get to it.
Brooklyn, back in the day, J Kid was the man, boy. Put the team on his back like a gym sport. D-Lo with the dribble drive handoff, pick and roll, full contact. This is a man sport. County of Kings, really the Kingsborough. You know Crown Heights, so you know that sound right. Brooklyn Bridges, Z-Dub defending the Brooklyn Block Party, claps and double digits. Got the ball playing, clicking the whole block is with it. Left a lot on the table, now we coming to get it. The shook one's gone, we two Brooklyn strong. Can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N,
There you go. There you go. The ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and David just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make sure watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. It's been between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the Nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N, B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N,
When you establish a culture, that's what you do every day. That creates one thing that is your identity. Alright, that's how you are seen by other people. If you work with
My God, shout to Jordy Fernandez, but we gonna get straight to it. We got This Is JTV, all in the frenzy on Twitter. What's happening on X? I wake up, all I know is I hear this and that about Cam Thomas. He responded. What's happening, Jay? Talk to me.
Yo, cause I don't like this shit, man.
Shout out to Jack City. What up, Jack City? He said Nick Fan just into the chat. I see you. I was watching the game. I see y'all whooping ass over there. I see y'all. Shout out to you.
They still got time to lose. Fuck them niggas.
Yeah, they do.
But not Jack City personally.
You're right. Shout out to Jack City.
That's the homie, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout back. Yeah.
But yo, I don't like, bro. I'm getting tired of this Nets fan base. Some of the people, bro, like niggas is ungrateful for the basketball savant and skills that Cam Thomas displays on the floor night after night. And it just like he does things that other basketball players wish they could do. The the OGs in the league see the shit that he does and say, yo, that young boy cooks. But then we got ungrateful ass fans. We got disrespectful media pundits. We got we got fans of other teams that's fucking jealous to the point where they be hating. And I just feel like Cam Thomas is the most disrespected young star in the league. And I didn't even ask the question. Somebody else on Twitter asked it. I reposted it on my page, whoever asked if they need their credit. But it's because he said it was a fact that he is clearly far and away the most disrespected young star. And I just wanted to ask the question. Is there another young star disrespected more than Cam Thomas? Because bro, The whole fan base, all y'all want to talk about is, oh, he can't
Mm,
play defense. This he don't do that enough. But what does he do well? Do you ever talk about
mm.
that? And then
Talk to him.
on top of what does he do well, y'all don't see the improvement in what he's in, what the deficiencies are. And
Mm-hmm.
like I keep telling you, he told you out his mouth, out his
Mm-hmm.
own mouth, he said, yo, if you're not getting any minutes in the game, would you
Mm-hmm.
want to get in the game and play defense? You want to get in the game and score.
Talk
And
to him.
like I said before,
What up, Quest One?
maybe that's not everybody's mindset. But
Mm-hmm.
he's telling you his mindset, what he's thinking of. And
Right.
when he wasn't getting no minutes, he's getting in the game, immediately looking to show people I can score better than
Mm-hmm.
these dudes. I can score on these dudes, whatever.
Yeah.
And then now that people know that, he's stepping up
Yeah.
and playing more defense. He's doing
All
more
facts.
playmaking. What do you want from the man?
Right. And again, to the
At a
comment, it says,
27th pick. Now, I mean,
mm-hmm.
coming in, producing above his weight, above his number, producing way above his number. And what do
Mm-hmm.
you want from the man? Like,
Right. Right, exactly. This is Jay with the comment on X. He says, Kim, let him know, because me and Big Fan Breezy out here defending you, bro. We see the improvement in your game, and we know it's still improving. Salute, King. All true. Again, we've acknowledged this since you came in the league. Somebody tag Cam Thomas. Somebody tag Cam Thomas.
but you see what happened before that, because whoever dude that said the bullshit that I was responding to,
Let's get
fucking,
we gotta get to it right now, man. So
it was Brooklyn Nets cast, matter of fact, who said it.
Brooklyn Nets cast. Okay, let's get to his comment. Where you at, Brooklyn Nets cast? We gotta tag. Did I tag them? We gonna tag them now. Let's see where they at. Brooklyn Nets cast. I follow Brooklyn Nets cast. Here we go. What happened? What did he say? Dropping my Brooklyn Nets mock off season tomorrow. What I would do. It's about that time. Okay. He said, I still stand by what I said. Cam Thomas need to be a better defender or playmaker to start on the championship team. We should also draft BPA no matter what. Best player available, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Nothing about that is unfair whatsoever. Is that the comment?
No, keep going. Cause Cam responded to him, calling it, said, shut up, bitch. And I was like, oh shit, Cam on the shit today.
Okay. So
Just you was already on the tweet that I said to him, so you could have just went up from that.
yeah,
Remember?
I don't know how to do that shit, yo. Like that shit puzzled. All right, so here you go. Oh shit, Chef Killer Cam versus Nets cast. So right here, how do I find it? Go here.
Click on the one that I click on buys.
Okay, let me go to yours. This one right here, right? Here you go.
Because it said I replied to sub, and then probably just scroll up. Nope.
Right. Scroll up. Okay, let me see.
Then yeah, there you go, right there.
Okay, so Cam Thomas either needs to become a damn good defender this offseason or learn how to play PG, but both doubtful. Oh, he shouldn't have said that. He said, I've turned the corner with him, realizing it's so difficult to build a roster with him as a starter, even with his elite scoring draft best player available. Then he said, oh, this Cam Thomas reaction. Yo. Oh, so Cam Thomas didn't even respond to him the same day.
Oh, I don't know. All I saw was the response, and I'm like, who the fuck is Cam telling shut up, bitch, to? And then I went and saw the original tweet, and I'm like, what you mean both doubtful? Like, bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I don't know what these Nets fans be seeing, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yo, listen, I gotta call you out on this Brooklyn Nets cast. Y'all gotta come defend y'all take. Hold on, man. Let me throw the link in the chat, man, because I'm about to do work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to make it fair for y'all, because at the end of the day, y'all gonna probably want to respond to what I say. I'm not even gonna send the I'm gonna just, if y'all jump in the chat, I'll send y'all the link. But for now, I'm gonna just let y'all know we here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all know we here. But to say that you're doubtful about him being a PG, he proved that he could with 10 assists. That was like a statement game. Like it looked like he could have did that anytime he wanted. And to his point, yeah, he said, "Yo, why would I want to pass the ball? I've been waiting on the bench to get in the game for all of this time. As soon as I get in, y'all want me to pass the ball. I got to the NBA because I could score the ball. So yeah, I that's what I was doing. I was shooting the ball. So to say that I think it's disingenuous by Brooklyn Nets cast to say that it's doubtful that he don't know how to play PG when he had 10 assists in his last game, right? It's disingenuous. And as far as the defense, I think it's disingenuous as well because you're taking credit away from Jordi Fernandez. Jordi Fernandez is proven that if you don't play defense, you're not going to be in his roster. You're not going to be in his lineup. So I think this comment is disingenuous. I mean, for what it's worth, it got Cam Thomas to reply, but I just think that I can't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said,
and then Brooklyn Nets cast got fans out here, so some of his fans was just on there agreeing with him, like, hey, yo, yeah, get Tubby off my team. And I was about to crash out in the comments because he was like, get Tubby off my team. But then Duke name was some shit like, Flag come save us. And I'm like, well, we don't got the number one pick, so maybe you a Dallas fan now. Talking about Flag come save us. Get him off your team. Go to your team. Dallas your team now, man. Because you talking to Flag come save. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, real talk. Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, he said he stand by what he said about Cam Thomas. He needs to be, but to say, but it's not that he said this. He said nothing about what that is unfair. Let me just read the whole comment, right? The whole comment is, I will stand by what I said. Cam Thomas needs to be better defender or playmaker to start on the championship team. We will also draft best player available no matter what. I think at the end of the day, he's disingenuous. And I'm talking to you, Brooklyn Nets cast, all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could easily jump in the chat. Y'all could easily jump on the panel. I am looking for smoke, if you were wondering. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if y'all ungrateful, y'all always talking about getting a different player, but at the end of the day, the player that you're talking about, you're gonna want him to do more. So automatically, you want him to be a two-way player. And far as the championship roster, you look at the two guards on the championship roster. What are they doing so much more than Cam Thomas?
Bro, I think the shit that kills me for real. The shit that kill me for real, bro. Because these people be talking about trading a dude like Cam Thomas. And then when Cam Thomas go to another team and be cooking and doing all, then what the fuck they gonna say? They gonna sit there and look, oh, he never did it in a Nets uniform. He was doing it. Y'all niggas doing nothing but holding the kid back since his whole career started. And as soon as he start to get out there and cook, y'all got nothing but criticism. You should be thanking him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what's so funny about that is the fact that as far as players that the Nets actually drafted, and when you contrast it to as a recent to free agency, he's been the most consistent, most loyal to the fan base, most loyal to look at how all the other players treated the fan base. So y'all cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cool with free agents coming here, like, and I debate fans like that. Y'all cool with a Giannis coming here, even though he hurt Kyrie Irving. Y'all wrong. Y'all, where's y'all morale? Where's your fan morale? We're talking about, oh, why I forgive him? Why you forgive him? Why he ain't did none of the stuff that he did as a Brooklyn Nets player. And we've seen great players do it on other teams. KD and Kyrie win. And now Giannis, they win on their team, but they come here, they ain't no guaranteed win for us. And y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? Give it your best yet that y'all got to show that y'all welcoming somebody that hurt our NBA championship chances. What he did, I didn't talk about how he dominated this and that. No, without Kyrie, we had no chance, and he was the reason why. We seen what happened, and for y'all to forgive him, I question y'all fan morale. I question y'all Nets fan morale. I think y'all doing all of this because y'all scared to let Cam Thomas have an opportunity to lead the team. I think y'all scared because a lot of y'all banked on us getting the top 3 pick. And when we ain't get that pick, y'all panicking. I put the link in the chat, Brooklyn Nets cast, and all you other fans that was agreeing with
wow,
them,
look at Harlem.
We can get to it.
Look at Harlem in the chat. He used to be a Nets fan. He used to be my homie. Now you're acting like you don't know me. That's crazy. Harlem is a full-fledged. Yo, you see him in the That's craziness, man. Crazy work. I would have never known from when he first came on the podcast. Like, he was infiltrating. He's the infidel.
Yeah, shit crazy, man. Listen, at the end of the day, listen, Player One, you throwing up the Knick comment. I got a side eye these Knick fans because they know what Cam Thomas do to them. Cam Thomas done ice games, hit 3-pointers that made them call timeouts. He done dropped 30, 40 on them. Like
40 balls.
Of course they don't want Cam Thomas on our team. Duh. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I'm never listening to them. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Terrell Davis, though. He says CT can still improve, but he's 23 years old, averaging 25 as a main primary scorer. CT has a high potential as some of other guys his age, but doesn't get credit. And this is all true. You know what I'm saying? And again, when you look at the games, when you actually watch the games, you see how much of a fact it is. And again, like I said, when it comes down to basketball actions, they wasn't having him as the primary scorer in a lot. This is a small sample size what Terrell Davis, unfortunately, is talking about. You know, we need to see a larger sample size, and I know y'all banked on whoever was supposed to come here to be the number 1 option, and now y'all want to get Giannis because we're not going to get a number 1 option out the draft. I get where y'all going with this, but I think y'all still unfair, and I think y'all a little bit disrespectful. I think y'all don't realize what we got because, y'all a lot of disrespectful. Y'all act like what we have is invaluable because we was picked at 27th. Now we got the 8th pick, so just value that. You know, just value that it's a lottery pick, and whoever we get, you know, they're gonna be instrumental to what we got going on. But for y'all to downplay Cam Thomas and act like just because he's not this dominant 2-way player, like how many players dominant 2-way players? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all asking a lot for a player that didn't get a fair crack at it when he first got to the league. Y'all asking for a lot. Y'all doing a whole lot of chatting, and I don't see nobody in the chat ready to back up their claims. I do a lot of Twitter fingers, but I'm here, right here. I'm confronting Brooklyn Nets cast. I'm confronting all of those Nets fans that say that he shouldn't be on the championship.
Yo, it is disrespect. Priest, that shit is disrespect, bro. And you can say y'all got y'all preference if you want, but at the end of the day, y'all sitting here with not 2 nickels to rub together on this team, and the fucking best dude on the team, young prospect, could be a star in the future. Y'all want to fucking alienate him so he don't want to be on the team. Because imagine if he's listening to what y'all saying, I wouldn't want to play on the team for y'all.
Right. And I've made videos.
Yo, you listen to these other fucking other announcers and shit when Cam Thomas is in the game. They like, oh, he's a microwave. He heats up so quickly. Oh my God, I wish they wouldn't give him the ball. Hope Jordy Fernandez puts him on the bench. Saying all of this, and y'all is fucking saying, oh, we'll give him away for nothing. Like, y'all don't make no sense, bro.
Exactly. And that's what. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
These other teams would love to have a scorer like Cam Thomas on their team. People would love. Yo, I talked to the fucking Houston Rockets fans personally, and they said they would take Cam over Jalen Green. And y'all be drooling over this nigga like he's better than Cam.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Y'all always want to acknowledge and give credit to other players, and we don't have to. And me as a podcaster, I don't have to take credit away from what other players do to acknowledge what Cam Thomas does. I'm saying as fans in our fan base, y'all don't care about a draft pick being number 27. Y'all say that he can't lead the team because he's the 27th pick and they gotta be better than Cam Thomas. And that's my whole thing with y'all. Y'all so caught up in a bunch about him not being the best player on the team, and y'all mad that the players that y'all was trying to get to be better were top 3 picks. Y'all not just talking about some average players. Y'all talking about great players. So what I'm saying is, regardless of how they see it, the bar set so high. Y'all set the bar high, and he meets a lot of that.
Breezy.
He averaged more points than Dalen Harper, Ace Bailey, Cooper Flagg in college.
Bro, fucking
audacity of y'all, man.
Bro, it's crazy to me because they sit there and scoff at what CT is doing. Bro, this shit is just flabbergasting, bro.
Like, this is why I don't listen to Player One. Player One, he goes, he goes, he ain't the best player on his team. Cam Johnson is. That's cap. That's cap.
Even if that was the case, even if Cam Johnson happened to be better than CT, he's 5-7 years older. So imagine what CT would be by the time he gets there. And then on top of that, y'all want to talk about the 27th pick, but y'all sitting here and glaze Jalen Bumson all day, and he was picked 33. Does he play defense? He don't play no he's just a scorer that plays He a playmaker too. He a playmaker too. I'm gonna give him that. But at the same time, what was he doing when he was Cam Thomas' age? Not what Cam Thomas is doing now.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Y'all be glazing that guy, a 33rd pick, and saying, oh, he could lead the team, he could do this. But then a 27th pick that's way younger, y'all want to give him a hard time. But then when he gets older and becomes that, then y'all going to be on his beef. But then he going to be traded by that time because y'all done put him in 73 trade packages already.
So, yeah, exactly. That's the disrespectful part. The trade packages is all whack and they unbelievable. I'm getting into it with BKNY Hoops. They throwing Anthony Edwards in the conversation. Stop. The Wolves is not traded Ant-Man for Cam Thomas. But again, the company that he's in, when y'all have these conversations, we need a player better than Cam Thomas. That's the whole narrative of the Nets fans saying that we need a top 3 pick. This is the type of talent that y'all talking about being better than Cam Thomas. And if not him, y'all going off about forgiving Giannis. Why?
Honestly, Big Preach
Why
just
y'all
said,
want to forgive Giannis so much? He ain't do shit for us, and he getting slapped around in the playoffs. He got bad basketball karma because he did that to Kyrie. He can't win with the Milwaukee Bucks no more. And y'all want to let him out of that? Hell no. Hell no.
And then Big Priest here talking about, do I need to explain my point? No, you don't need to explain the point because I feel like you done explained it mad times. And when I read it right now, it say, do you need to explain your point? But in my head, I read it as, do you need me to disrespect Cam Thomas in a long soliloquy form? Because that's all you're going to do is come up here for 5 minutes and just shit on my nigga. And it don't even need to be like that. I heard you the first time. We just disagree with your point.
Exactly.
Emphatically.
Right. Shout out to Love and Aries 23, Mrs. Derillis. She says, good evening. Good evening, Mrs. Derillis. You know, we got to do this.
Yo, Jalen Bumson, what was he doing at 23? Go pull up his stats from 23. They're not Cam Thomas stats. I just said that. Like, yeah, maybe he had to wait 5 to 8 years later to be as good as Cam Thomas is now, but his stats wasn't that back then.
Yeah, I'm about to send Cam Thomas the link, man. I'm about to send Cam Thomas the link, man. Facts. Yo. All right, look. The truth is, I ain't gonna send Cam Thomas the link. But I think he might hear this one day. And if he do, I gotta tell you, Cam Thomas, the truth is that when it comes down to drafting a player, you probably one of the best players that we ever drafted. Got to be top 10 player we ever drafted. And I'm gonna be tight if we got to watch you be successful on a different team. because you let the fans that's disrespectful get to you before the fans that's being positive towards you. So I want to ask you, Kim Thomas, to block out these haters to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And know that you got more of the fan support than not. You know what I mean? Cause yeah, it's going down. It's going down. You know what I'm saying?
I think the meme he said it eloquently. Know what I mean? Said it better than I ever could. Know what I mean?
What?
The meme that's on the screen.
Oh, yo, you know? Oh, my fault. Did I do it?
Just real simple, man.
I sent the I tagged all of them, but I ain't put the link. That's my bad. But I'm tagging them now, man, just to let them know these fans got support. You know what I'm saying? And they don't go hard. They going hard like me. They got a song with their favorite player. They so easy to critique and trade somebody, but do they have a song? You know what I'm saying? Celebrating the player. Y'all so fast to trade a player, but how fast are y'all to celebrate the player? You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. Y'all ready to
I thought we spread love. It's the Brooklyn way, man.
Exactly. Y'all ready to trade the player, but not ready to celebrate the player. Downplay your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Yo, listen, at the end of the day, the reason why I disagree for the most part is I agree it's cool to critique his game. You take it too far as a fan saying that he couldn't start on a championship roster. That's you taking it too far. He could play inside of the 3-point line. He could run a pick and roll with anybody that could do a decent screen because of the midi, because he could attack the paint. He get 3-pointers the old-fashioned way, and you don't love that. You don't love that. You want a 3 and D2 guard, right? Somebody that could just not dribble the ball like Mikal Bridges for the most. And shout out to him because they playing well right now. But the point is that that's what y'all want. Y'all want a catch and shoot guard. Y'all want Ant-Man. Bro, he got drafted number 1. How do you think the Brooklyn Nets is going to get a player that's drafted number 1 on this team? What do we have to give up? Y'all thought we was going to be drafting the player that we was going to build around. I told y'all Cam Thomas is the franchise player before the franchise player. Y'all went through KD, Kyrie, and Harden, ignored them. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, ignored them for a first option or just being heavy in the rotation and be instrumental to us winning. When we did have a championship roster, KD and Kyrie and Harden, he could have been instrumental in one of those seasons. They didn't even play him.
They should have played him over Joe fucking Harris.
Bro, they didn't even play him. I was astonished. Like, how do you want to win and not be able to, and you can't score the ball because KD and Kyrie can't score, but y'all got a weapon like Cam Thomas and y'all won't give him no minutes. That was the crazy. That's when I knew they fucking up. Like, it's no way as a coach you can't see that if Kyrie and KD, for one, they heavily scouted. They all in the scouting report. Cam Thomas was definitely not in the scouting report. They wasn't even ready for Cam Thomas. We could have won that series because they didn't have a scouting report on Cam Thomas and giving him heavy minutes in that series. But they didn't utilize him or even give him an opportunity. The Brooklyn Nets owe him an apology. You know what I'm saying? They owe him the right for him to have the keys. You know, y'all want to have this set in stone plan where it can't change contingent on what's actually happening. Even if the plan was to do this and that, what Cam Thomas was doing should have made them change their mind. Like, yo, we got to realize what's actually happening for us to make the adjustment. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna say they owe him the keys, but what I am gonna say is, if you look around the roster, he's the best dude on there. So who else you gonna give him to? Who else you trust the keys with but the best person on the roster?
Facts.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, and honestly, when it comes to leadership, maybe I could give that to Cam Johnson because Cam Johnson seems like a good leader. He's been a veteran NBA player. He seems like he knows how to talk to people. Now, I mean, I don't know. I ain't never really been in the locker room with him, but he seems like a good locker room guy. But
Right.
Cam Thomas is obviously the most talented player on the team,
Mm-hmm.
especially gifted scoring.
Right. And listen, and on top of that, they trade packages don't make sense. Listen, it's not about me being a fanatic and oh, you can't say nothing bad. I critique Cam Thomas game too. Y'all heard me do it. You know, I mean, my handle is not gonna be respected if y'all pull up and I don't critique his game. And that's fair to say. You know, I'm not mad at y'all for being that way. But at the end of the day, I think it's disingenuous to pretend like y'all don't see the improvements. And on top of that, when it comes down to the players y'all talking about, the realness side of it, it's just to me a stretch, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a stretch. None of the trade packages made sense, and I don't see the validity in y'all in y'all I would say I won't say arrogance, but the validity in saying that we need somebody else for a championship roster without actually saying who and how we were supposed to get that player. Because I'm interested, just because I'm a Nets fan. Jack City, shout to him. He sent the second super chat tonight. He said, "Breezy, stop all this facade Nets talk and get back to your roots and turn this show to a live play-by-play with reactions." Bruh, when you ever see me do a live play reaction? That I never was doing that. I never was doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
Excuse me.
they up by 41. It might be over now. I said they still had time to lose, but 41 in the third quarter is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's over. They couldn't score the ball. Jaylen Brown sitting down. He in the on the bench.
Why he on the bench?
They gave up.
Oh, damn.
They obviously gave up.
He
Jaylen
hurt.
Brown only
He
got 20.
hurt.
No, Jaylen Brown only got 20 points. So basically, the they got exposed, man. What we found out is that the reason why even probably they were second in the East to Cleveland is because Drew Holiday is his
Wait, it's
former
92 to 55,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
and Brown fouled out. Oh shit.
Oh, he fouled out. That's why he out. But yeah, they showing how the Celtics look without Tatum and Brown. It's nasty, man. It's nasty.
Hey, listen, I can never say that I'm disappointed to see the Celtics lose, but I can say it kind of grinds my gears to see the Knicks win. But it's all good. They're gonna get sent home by a lesser team again. Uh, Pacers in 4. Nah, maybe 5. Maybe 5. I don't think it's going to 7 again this time. Pacers look stronger this year.
Yeah, I'll give y'all some more Knicks content when they losing. You know, that's enough for right now. You know what I'm saying? I had enough of that. Shout out to Jack City. Shout out to as a person, not as a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, shout to the man, not the fan.
right. Exactly. But let's continue to go down X and see what we think about it, Jay. Let's do that. Shout the Nets press.
Bro, right, because I'm ready to crash out on fans right now, bro.
Yeah, let's see how the temperature of Nets world after the
I'm ready to crash, bro, because they pissing me off, bro.
We could check the temperature. Nets frequent, he says. Nets trade talk, free agency talk. Nets Sixers will discuss swapping 3rd and 8th picks. Paul George's contract is horrible. Nets have a history of taking back bad contracts. Cameron Johnson could make a lot of sense for the Sixers. Nets also have $23 million trade exception. Okay. So let me tag Nets frequent. Maybe he want to join the panel. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna continue to do this pretty much for the off season because I'll be wanting us to stay on the same page. And if
I saw a better trade than that though.
Which one was
it was the same Net Sixers thing, but it was fucking Cam Johnson in the 8th pick for Kelly Oubre Jr., Andre Drummond in the 3rd pick.
Okay. You said say that.
I like
What? Say
Cam Johnson in the 8th pick for
Mhm.
Kelly Oubre Jr., Andre Drummond in the 3rd pick.
I like that. I like that. I
I
want to
like
move
that
up in the
better. I
draft.
like that better than this Paul George shit right here.
Because my
Yeah.
thing is with the 3rd pick, I want Ace Bailey. I want Dylan Harper. That's I feel like both of those players are championship pieces roster. But shout to Off the Porch Sports So Greasy. Shout to Ray LM. Shout to Bill Johnson. Shout to the whole chat. Nets fans is the best fans. I'm definitely throwing the link in the chat. Never know who in the chat. Some people, they just watch until I throw the link in the chat and then they tap the link. I respect it. But I said all that to say, I'm going to get the temperature of the Nets fans from here on out. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to make this part of my show because anybody that want to say Cam Thomas shouldn't be on the team, I'm probably going to debate them. So I'm going to have to sort out.
Not tonight. You say
Nah.
you say something about Cam Thomas tonight, you getting subbed. Now you going straight to Subway. That's it. Watch your tone on Cam tonight.
Right. You know
Because the stream is about, is he the most disrespected player in the league? And we not going to have you up here disrespecting him. Because if you do, and he listened to this episode and hear that I let somebody disrespect him, nah, you getting subbed tonight.
Right. What he said. We gonna read Nets frequent. He's also said Jonathan Kuminga to the Nets makes too much sense. Still only 22 years old. He's looked great every time. Steph Curry. Well, I'll just get into that part. I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm not gonna read the entire thing. I'm warming up to the Kuminga idea just because I understand how the salary cap work. You got to pay somebody. But at the end of the day, if it ain't about trading Cam Thomas, I probably ain't got a bone to pick with it. But
And
I
Kuminga
do
was
think
kind of doing all right in them last couple Golden State games, and I saw how some of that might be beneficial in this team. But who we got? He a free agent or it would be a trade?
No. Let me read some more of it. It say when they traded for Butler and offered him a massive extension, they knew they made it nearly impossible to retain Kuminga. 4 years, $100 million would cost the Warriors nearly $400 million in luxury tax. So it looked like Kuminga won a contract of 4 years, $100 million. So, me personally, I don't see why the Nets would. Why would they do that? Like that's just I don't. 4 years, $100 million. Sign him to a year or two. Like what the hell? Like what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? I ain't see that much in the playoffs to want to sign him for 4 years. Dang, that's a whole commitment, bro.
Yo, bro, like I said before, I'm not paying nobody the money that they want if their own team that's already paying them don't want to play them. So if you're not getting playing time on your team, if you come into my team, you are on a prove it deal. So you have to prove that you're worth being paid that before you get paid that, you're going to get offered something decent, like something that's going to get your beak wet. But if you want to get a payday, you got to prove it. And if you think you could get that somewhere else, be my guest.
Mm-hmm. He Nets frequent also said,
like I work at a hotel, be my guest, my nigga. Like
Word. He also says Nets have nearly $60 million in cap space this summer. Expect the Nets to throw around some crazy offer sheets, playing spoiler for teams that have free agents they would like to retain. If they don't have interest in free agents, the Nets will do what they've done in the past and absorb a bad contract or two for additional assets or good young players. Thinking deals in the past like Moscow plus D'Lo and DeMarre Carroll and draft picks. Okay. Let's see what you got going on. What's this about?
It's the Nets. There's really not a lesson.
They are in a good position.
There's no team that has had worse luck. There's no team that deserved it more, but shit happens. Shit happened tonight. It's unfortunate that the shit that happened was not the kind of shit that benefits the Nets. There's really not a lesson to be learned here. And I think people are trying to grasp at a lesson at this. And the lesson is that it's an unpredictable league. You combine.
No, the lesson is stop trying to invest all your marbles into the top 3 pick. Look at what we got, see if we can make the most out of Cam Thomas' career. If anybody deserves an opportunity from the Brooklyn Nets, it's Cam Thomas. That's what we learned. That's exactly what we learned. So what are you talking about?
Pay that man.
Pay that man. I'm gonna share that to Cam Thomas. I'm gonna share that to him.
That's one strategy or another, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. This time last year, their best player was Mikal Bridges. They were the 9th worst team in the league.
No, they wasn't.
Half the amount of draft picks. Now, yes, they're only picking 8th, but they still have 4 first-round draft picks. Still have the most total draft picks. Going to draft the highest they've drafted in years. They have the most cap space in the league. I'm saying let's
pause it. Yo, that is a good point. Like, everybody's sitting here scoffing at the 8th pick. This is the highest you've drafted in years.
Facts.
It's the highest you drafted in years, and you want to scoff at the 8?
Yep.
You ain't even have 7, 6, 5, 4. You ain't have none of it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You ain't have none of that, nigga. This is the highest pick you got, and you just going to say, oh, well, fuck that. We could have had higher. You ungrateful fucks.
Yeah. But, again, my point is, everybody's scrambling like they don't know what to do. Just because it's not a top 3 pick. And to your point, if y'all feel that way about Cam Thomas, why not just invest all the energy into the 8th pick, knowing that we could get a Fizz, a Malawa? Some people even saying Carter Bryant. I don't even know who Carter Bryant is, but that's the kind of optimism I
need to take him at 8. I know that.
Right, but that's the kind of optimism that I need from Nets fans. I need them to be optimistic about having a top 10 pick. It's what we got. Let's make the most out of it. We've seen player development from Jordy Fernandez to the G League players in Keon Johnson, Tyrese Martin, Noah Clowney, Jalen Wilson. We've seen it happen with our own eyes. To Tucson.
Listen, when I was telling them all year, Joker was a 2nd-round pick that got picked during the Taco Bell commercial. He don't even eat Taco Bell because of that shit. And they said, well, that's an anomaly. And then who else? It was another player that we was talking about too that was 2nd-round pick besides Joker. And then I just found out that Bumpson was a 2nd-round pick too. And y'all been glazing him all year. These are 2nd-round niggas. We not even talking about late 1st-rounders. But then y'all want to shit on late 1st-rounders, but y'all want to glaze 2nd-rounders. Come on, man. Nah, you Krispy Kreme. You ain't got to glaze the 2nd rounds.
Facts. And you know,
only at Krispy Kreme do they, when the red light is on, they got to glaze the 2nd rounds. Like the 2nd rounds that come out, they glaze all of them. You don't got to do that.
Because there's 2 racks in the oven. So this one rack, you got to glaze that one. And then
you glaze the 2nd.
Right, but you got to slide. You got to slide the rack. Slide the rack out the oven. And so first, y'all do all of it. Y'all get the oven mitt. Y'all get the oven mitt. Y'all put the oven mitt on your net fan hand. You take the oven mitt, put it on your net fan hand, slide the rack out. Get the glazing, slide the rack back in. Get the other rack, slide that out. Glaze some more. Then take your net fan hand to put it back in. So what I'm asking is, give more credit to the players that we got. Yeah, it's like everybody could see y'all doing this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to have these conversations in private. You know, if that's how you feel, you all
man, even if you have it in private, when I see you, I would be like,
you got a glazer.
That's what I would say.
Got a glazer.
I'm about to throw the link in the chat. Yo, stay tuned, y'all. Hold on.
fast considering what we just saw.
I feel like I'm about to pull you. Like my dog just died, and you're like my mom telling me, don't worry, we'll get another dog. Like it's like, oh, we've been saying May 12th is going to be the biggest day in recent Nets history, and they fall to 8. It's not to blame anyone. It's not to say anything other than it's really hard to be a Nets fan.
Maybe I'm just used to the Brooklyn Nets getting the short end of the stick historically.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like expected this to happen. You build a generational team and a pandemic happens and it gets blown up. Like, this is how we do it. We ball.
Fuck it, we ball. I like the white boy. I like what he said, man. Fuck it, we ball, man. This is what happens.
Right. See, again, shout out to him, man. I'm subscribed to his content already. I follow him. This is a Nets Twitter or Nets X, you know what I mean? Nets Twitter just sound more PG. Nets X sound crazy right now. All right, so hold on. Shout out to Silas. My guy Silas, he says, been saying you a real one since you were drafted, my guy, at Cam Thomas. The Dallas just added more fuel to the fire. Talk that talk, Silas. That's my guy right there, yo. As we peruse through Nets Twitter, through Nets X, we fitting to see what's up. We sitting to see what's up.
We trying to see what is y'all even saying, man? Is y'all keeping it real? Is y'all just out here capping? Is y'all just glazing other teams? Are you being unrealistic with your expectations? Like what's happening here? We gotta check the temperature, man.
Fact, we got to. That's me and Jay probably gonna continue to do this all season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cause this some bullshit, bro. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. And I sit here and I be quiet because everybody else be talking over each other anyway. So it don't need me to just jump in and interject every 5 fucking seconds. But the shit that y'all be saying, y'all are ungrateful, bro. Like, ungrateful, bro. That's the only way I could see it. Like, a guy has bestowed upon you a basketball skill set of offensive brilliance. Know what I mean? And you just scoff at it and say, well, I wish he was 2 inches taller. Oh, I wish he would. I wish he would catch and shoot and not drive to the rim and get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. I wish he wouldn't do that. I wish he would play. Tell him other niggas to play some defense.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, was they telling Luka, yo, play some defense, Luka, play some defense when he was going to the finals? Mm-hmm. No, they put defenders around him.
Mm-hmm.
And can he get better at defense? Of course he can. Because look how he looked in LA. But that's because he didn't have a team of defenders built around him. When you got somebody that's that offensively gifted, because we're playing a fucking team sport, everybody on the team don't have to be good at the same thing. You need some marksmen. You need some infantrymen. You need some defenders. You need a whole team to be a team.
Mm-hmm. Look at this, Jay. Talk about a whole team, and I'm gonna get to my point. Then I'm gonna, pass it to Jay. And again, stay tuned. I'm about to throw the link in the chat. Nets head coach Jordi Fernandez. He said, if you just play through pick and rolls all the time, you're too predictable. Playing through your bigs that have the ability to dribble handoff is going to help our ball movement pace in the half court. Now, I say that to say, roster-wise, the coach is talking about the pick and roll. And, of course, he's talking about the point guards and the Cam Thomas and whoever the guard is that's running the pick and roll for the most part, because guards usually run a pick and roll with the big man. Now, I'm saying that to say my point is that he ain't looking at a 2-guard, looking at his roster like, I'm good on my 2-guard. I need a big man. So the first time you hear about Jordi having a quote after the combine, you hear him talking to Fizz, who's more of a point guard than a 2-guard. Why? So I want you to know, there's 2 times we heard or seen that Jordi Fernandez was one focus on Jeremiah Fizz, he's a point guard, and another time focus on a big man right here in a Hanson Yang, a playmaking big, playmaking and scoring. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say if he might feel like he good in that 2 guard starting spot. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, this not just me saying this. Look at look at how the dominoes are falling. You know what I'm saying? Look at
player one. I'm telling you, you the type of dude I would never want to go into a fight with. Like, we can't go brawl together because I feel like if the other team winning, you just gonna pretend you with them. like you just gonna pretend you with them. Sometimes you got to take your bumps and your bruises, my guy.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it builds character.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to and what I'm saying so far is that Cam Thomas has more support from the Nets fan than he doesn't, and that's from the front office. So I'm just looking at what it is. You got the Josen one. He said Nets receive Harrison Barnes and pick number 2. Spurs receive Cam Johnson, 8th pick 26, picks 2029. Look, another one. Don't got Cam Thomas in the mix because they got Cam Thomas part of the championship roster. We just checking the temperature. And like I said, stay tuned. I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. That's a fact. I see it's 31 people watching. Please hit that like. 29 people.
All right, so 31 people. The 31 people watching, man. Say something nice about Cam Thomas in the comments, man. Just try not to hate for a second. Say something nice. You said all your hate comments mad times. Say something nice. Put something nice about Cam Thomas in the comments. Let me see something good about CT, man.
Oh, John Funny on Twitter. He said Breezy and Jay making a strong case to be Cam Thomas' new personal security. That was 9 minutes ago. Oh, John with the hilarity on X.
Yo, okay. Listen, John Knuppel, man, gotta really relax, man. Cause I heard Con Knuppel was a shooter, but I don't know if John Knuppel was a shooter, man. That was a brick right there.
Hold on. Let me get to this right here. Big Priest in the chat. He goes, critiquing the players, not hate. I never said that, but
nobody said that.
Right, but I'm glad you said this. A kid named Jay is funny. He says Cam Thomas has nice hair. That's nice. That's funny.
I'm not mad at that. Listen, I said say something nice. You can say whatever you want nice. You know what I mean? If you like his hair, cool. But say something nice about Cam Thomas. Tonight is not shit on Cam Thomas night. Tonight is talking about why he is the most disrespected young star in the league. And if you don't think so, tell me another star that disrespected more than him, especially by his own fan base, you disrespectful ingrates. That's what I'm saying. Bro, it's some bullshit, bro. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. And not for nothing. I will say this about Big Priest. Big Priest he don't be hating. Because Big Priest will support everybody on the team just because they on the team. And he'll call them, he'll be like, yo, I'm not messing with them other jokers. And I respect it. You know what I mean?
Look, but this is what I'm saying. I don't think that is hate. I don't agree that critiquing is hate. I don't.
But hate is hate, though. When you hating, you hating. Not the critiquing. I'm talking about the hating. And it be blatant hating.
Right. What I'm saying to you, Big Priest, is that a lot of these Nets fans, they have a lot of audacity. The audacity is always trying to throw him in a trade package, not realizing appreciate that's what fans do. Fans supposed to appreciate the players that's on their team, not try to get them off the team as much as possible unless they're a bad player. And you can't say that Cam Thomas defense lost us games. Cam Thomas offense won us more games than Cam Thomas defense lost us games. That's a fact. No, listen. What I'm saying is, we're not saying that. Look, Cam Thomas looked at it as disrespect. I don't know if you've seen the comment. I'm finna to go back to the comment, man.
And look, I'm not talking to nobody in particular, but if the shoe fit, wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was talking to any one person in particular, I promise you I would have said your name. This conversation came up because of Brooklyn Nets cast post. And on top of that, I just know the rhetoric around a lot of Nets fans. But if the shoe fit, wear it. Yeah.
Yeah. And also in other news, it seemed like a thing where they talking about moving up. At this point, I'm satisfied with Fizz. I'm not necessarily saying I want to move up if we have to get Kamal Malawa. I want to move up if we got to get Derek Queen. But if we get Fizz, I'm good. You ain't got to move up if we get Fizz.
Yo, I'm not going to lie. I'm not like Fizz definitely look nice, but just the way I've seen Maluak move around them, his lateral movement on that drill, he's quick as fuck for a 7-foot dude. I would like to have that on my team.
So you wouldn't try to move up in the draft if we got Kamal Maluak? You will be happy with that pick?
Well, one, I think we should move up regardless because I don't think we should get 5 players. I think I'm like
okay.
On the contrary to what most people think, I think we do have some talent on our team that just needs to be refined and honed, and like we need the chemistry. But we do got talent on the team, and we get 2 other guys that we actually need to plug certain spots. I think we good. And so if we got 5 picks, if we could trade those picks to 2 better picks, or that 8 and 1 more, either higher, either another top 10 pick. Maybe even 14, because I think the Spurs got 14 or some shit like that, and they got 2 picks in the lottery, so maybe they'll get rid of one of them. But I don't know, bro. Like, I think we do have talent on this team. I like some of the guys on this team. I would like to see us build some chemistry and not trade every person on the team every year, and then every year coming into the season with a whole new team, and then be wondering why they can't play well together.
Mm-hmm. Real talk. And shout out to I know y'all wondering when I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. I'm gonna definitely do it, man. I just gotta address this, man. I'll be tired of talking over y'all.
Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something for real. Y'all lucky I don't got the sub button, bro, because I promise you, if I heard any Cam Thomas slander tonight, Subway ain't tonight the Subway series? Like it's a perfect night to sub.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, subscribe to the page. Know what I mean? We trying to get up to 1,000 subs. So sub to the page, especially if you're a Cam Thomas hater. Cam Thomas guy, and you want to see Cam Thomas haters get subbed. Sub to the page because you might see a lot of that tonight.
Facts. This is a mock trade via the Athletic and Nets Kingdom.
Yo, player one, I wish your avatar didn't have blue and orange on it, but we all don't get what we wish for, man.
Oh, let me throw the. I tag Nets Kingdom too. You know what I'm saying? I tag Nets Kingdom. Tag all the Nets fans that y'all want to be.
Tag your favorite Cam Thomas hater. Know what I mean? So I could go to their page and hate on their page. Yo. Nah, I don't like that, man. Cam Thomas had me on timing. He said, "Shut up, bitch." He had me on timing because CT don't even tweet like that. So if you got to respond, but the disrespectful part about it when he said what Cam Thomas needed to do for his game, and then he said seems doubtful. Like, come on, bro. You don't see the kid improving constantly.
Mm-hmm. And then my thing is the
audaciousness.
Not really right. It's like the what's the word?
The gall, the gumption.
No, not that. It's just it's like we putting the carriage before the horse is what I'm trying to say. Like, y'all making it seem like next season we going into a championship situation. We not. I just want to, just say that just in case we weren't on the same page. You're talking about Cam Thomas like, yo, we did good last year, and the only reason why we ain't winning is because we ain't have a 2 guard that could whoop-de-whoop. No, that ain't the reason why. That is not the reason why. The reason why is because, bruh, we in the whole rebuild mode. It got nothing to do with that. So, I don't know, man. Can't call it.
The reason why if they believed in Mikal Bridges over fucking Cam Thomas in the first place, because if that first year with Mikal, if Cam would have just been the third option like he was supposed to be, might have had a way better season.
Mm-hmm. What's up? All right, man.
It was Jock Vaughn trying to turn a role player into a superstar, living vicariously through fucking Mikal bum ass Bridges.
Mm-hmm. All right, so basically,
hold up! Don't be disrespecting Samba in the comments. Ain't that Samba on Sundays?
Samba on Sunday. Tell me about Samba the Hate Crusade. Oh, yo, player one, don't get blocked, man.
Right up. Word up, because we already subbing people, so don't get blocked, sub, put on timeout, because you can't disrespect Wally on Wednesdays, and you definitely can't disrespect Samba on Saturdays. And tomorrow is Saturday, so you can't do it tonight neither.
Especially with a Knick fan avatar.
Facts. That's the quickest way to get blocked.
Seriously. One more sly remark out of you.
One more sly remark is crazy. Yo, this some bullshit, bro. And look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going like all of the fans out there that fuck with Cam Johnson. I respect it. Like I can see why you fuck with him, but to say he's more talented than CT, I don't even think he would tell you that. I don't even think Cam Johnson himself will tell you he's better than Cam Thomas. And that's just the way. That's what I think. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong because he is in my avatar. I could be wrong, but I feel like he would tell you himself.
Yeah, are they serious about this play in China? Hansen Yang turns heads at the NBA draft combine. Chinese prospect Hansen Yang just delivered a breakout performance at the NBA draft combine, showcasing elite athleticism and polished footwork.
Yo, see if you could find Common Maluach when he did this drill.
I seen it.
Bro, he wasn't quick as hell though, because dude was quick right there, but Common was moving, bro.
I seen that. Yeah, he was. It was impressive too.
It impressed me. You know what I mean? But see, that's what I be saying. I don't be knowing what these guys be looking for in players, bro, because they like you gonna tell. They sat here and told, because I don't really watch college basketball, so all of the shit that I'm getting is from what they saying, and then me going to do a little bit of research based off what they saying. But they told me out their mouth, yo, Derek Queen, he play like a baby Joker. We gonna call him Baby Joker. This, that, and the third. But then when you see him putting up unathletic shit in the combine, you're like, yeah, we off him. Like, what you think Joker did in the combine? I'm sure he wasn't quick as fuck and doing all of the, like, that's probably why he went in the second round. But is he a great player? Hell the fuck yeah.
Yo, Ray Allen, funny as hell. Ray Allen, I seen the score. It was like 2 minutes left. I just turned it off, man. I'm not about to watch them celebrate, man. I got better things to do with my net fan life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to all of the fans in the chat. I know we're going to talk playoffs tonight. I know y'all want to talk Knick basketball. So what? We definitely going to be talking about Cam Thomas and a plethora of other things.
Yeah.
We won't be celebrating the Knick win. I could guarantee you that. I will sub your ass.
That's nasty work, Breezy.
On this channel.
Damn, that's nasty work, Breezy.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey, yo. Hold up, peoples.
Oh my bad. I was saying, what are the odds, huh? When we was.
All you gonna know is Halliburton finna come for that. You know what I mean? Come for that ass. Pause.
Nah,
you know what
I mean? I'm saying
Team Halliburton all day.
I'm saying.
Yo, what's going on, Brooklyn Nets world?
What are you talking about, nigga? Halliburton.
Team Halliburton all day. What you talking about?
Nah, I'm saying, my guy, how when we, with the big, with the big three and all that, and then all the injuries and Celtic niggas, healthy, and then when they play the fucking trash Hicks, these niggas get injured and these niggas beat these niggas. What are the
Bro,
odds? Huh?
they said Porzingis.
We gotta be fucking cursed here.
Yo,
We gotta be
peoples. They said Porzingis had a fucking a lung infection the whole time, couldn't breathe the whole game. That's why he
That's
only
what it
played 12
was.
minutes
Oh,
last
that's
year.
nasty. That's nasty, man.
What a timing, yo. Never happened with the Nets, though. Never happened against the Nets.
Lungs are a scary thing, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane, Breezy.
But what I would say about the topic, right? I think let's get on to the topic. I think
let's talk about it.
They're gonna lose.
What y'all was talking about is true. Hold on. What y'all was talking about is true. Is do people who unfairly get on Cam Thomas? You know what I'm saying? My whole thing about Cam, because I think he's a promising player. I don't think he's a star yet. I think you jumped the gun with that, Jay. But
see, I sub him. No,
nah. That's not crazy to say.
That's not. He's joking. Go ahead.
Nah, Cam Thomas is a star, bro. I wouldn't say he's a superstar, but he's a star, bro.
I don't think
super duper duper star.
Don't do
I don't
that,
think
bro.
when I talk about stars, I'm talking about. When I talk about stars, I'm talking about all-star level players and all that. There, I don't think he's there yet.
A star and an all-star. That's
opinion.
another level up. It's star, all-star, superstar.
Facts. No, I agree with that. And the reason why is because the stars, somebody on the fringe, you can see the potential there if they got the opportunity. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
An all-star is they got the opportunity and ran with it. They did.
And you made the all-star team. You were a star enough to be an all-star. Like out of all the stars, you're an all-star. And a superstar is a superstar. You on top of all the all-stars. Like you one of the top all-stars.
Facts. There you go.
I just think I just don't put him in that category yet. I haven't seen enough at a consistent level, but I've seen like potential.
Yo,
you get what I'm saying?
You are not making a good case for this. Not disrespect, man.
He's trying.
How is that not disrespect?
Exactly what I said in the comments. He gonna give me a long soliloquy on why he gotta disrespect him.
But that's what Priest always does, man. Come on.
I didn't disrespect him. I didn't disrespect him. I just said I don't think he's a star yet.
Well,
he is the star of the Brooklyn. If the Brooklyn Nets got 2 stars, there would be Cam and Cam.
No.
Wait, what?
You gotta
Cam and Cam are the.
I don't think we. But see, that's the thing.
Let me ask you this question. All right, boom. I'm gonna ask you a question, Priest. If this team had a TV show, who would be the star of the show?
Nobody.
Right. Somebody got to be the star.
I don't think.
Jordy.
It's
Jordy.
That's not true.
There's no star.
Wizard.
Nigga, Cam is motherfucking Urkel, Fresh Prince, fucking Martin. It'd be Martin. I'm the man. That would be Cam.
Charles in charge and all that.
Right, Charles and whoever you want to name, he's the star, bro.
Oh man.
Oh wait. What's the name?
I just think.
Oh boy, Nicholas.
Can y'all hear me?
No good.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Boy, Nicholas. That's your boy.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. I just think because that's not a good argument because Jordan Poole probably the best player on the Wizards. He's not a star.
Yes, he is.
You see what I'm saying?
I think
I'm
I
not
would disagree
comparing
with
the
you.
two.
He's been a star before he left Golden. He's been a star before he left Golden State.
I think if Cam would
he was a role player.
He was like a one-hit wonder.
I think if Cam would have never got injured this year, it shows you that he's a star. Because last year he averaged 20-something points too, but him getting injured, it kind of stopped that to be like, oh yeah, he's a star. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
I agree with him because he got the potential of being a star. But
that's what I'm saying. I can see some potential, but I don't think he's. That's the thing.
Like trading him and talking bad about him because he really.
I never said that we
really
supposed to trade him.
The opportunity that other players had until the last 2 years, and he still last year, before this year, he still got like shorthanded. So it's like, how can you really see his trajectory of where he's gonna excel at if you only got a 2-year sample of it? You get what I'm saying? So,
but see, but this is the thing.
just
This is
don't
the
play
thing
defense.
when we go on.
Like the defense, like if he had more reps at the time, you could see players excel at it. But if you took out the game in important moments, and it just fucks up your whole career, bro. Like to say he can't do it.
I don't think he's ever
And
going
y'all
to
are
be good
sitting
at
here and
defense.
talk about the defense, but then y'all are praise Booker, y'all are praise Luka, y'all are praise all these other dudes that can score and play, don't play defense. But just because they not on our team, y'all praise Brunson. He don't play no fucking defense, but y'all praise him and tell him he's so good, But just because he's not on our team,
You talking about other people.
Yeah, who you talking about?
Because,
Who you
hold on.
talking about?
Because me personally, defense is very important. Me personally, I be cooking Luka ass and Bookie. You know what I mean? I ain't got that much faith in them niggas. The niggas that I praise, if you want to talk about praising, is like Ant-Man, Kawhi, people like that, Anthony Davis. Those kind of players.
You got a D.
I was with you till you said Anthony Davis and even Kawhi.
Anthony Davis is a great defender.
Ass niggas. Because look, maybe if you play defense all day and you a two-way player, you can't fucking play in the league and you end up broke down like Kawhi and Anthony Davis. That's why they can't never play because they playing too much.
Ouch.
Jaden McDaniels plays defense and he's
young. How long is he gonna last till he got knees like Anthony Davis?
Nah, but imagine
you're not gonna make the argument
that's not true, bro. Kawhi got hurt because of Zaza Pachulia dirty play, and he hasn't really never came back from that. That's not because he played defense.
Imagine those type players around Cam Thomas though. Y'all don't give him a chance to have like actually. People would be mad when you say build around Cam.
But the problem is.
Hold on. People get mad when you say build around Cam, but it don't necessarily mean like, oh, it's Cam's team. I don't even think he had the opportunity to become a leader yet, like a true leader of this team, though. You know, like so before you judge somebody, you gotta look at who's really who's leading the team. Last year was his first opportunity, and he got injured 3 times. It's like, come on now, like
I think you would put that on Cam to be more vocal. Like
you got. I don't think. But see, I disagree with him. I disagree with that because I don't think because you're the best player you got to be a leader. I don't agree. I don't think that's the case.
No, what I'm saying
I don't think you have to be the leader.
People want. If you want that type of player, like far as if you're saying Cam is a star, he has to be some type of leader of this team.
No, that's not what I said though. That's not my argument. I think he has to. I think he has to still improve. I think that's why when you always hear me come on here, you always hear me beg and plead for a point guard because I think that will make him more efficient because he wouldn't have to create all the actions. He'll be able to play off ball, get more stuff ran for him, come off down screens, do different things like that because he did improve on catching and shooting. So that's why I was begging for a point guard because that will make everybody's job easier. So he can still be the main scorer. I don't have no problem with that. But we still don't have no offensive identity. That's why when
you gotta have players around.
But that's why when Breezy said
it's gonna be a lot of bumps and slander in here. We're not even gonna call him by his name. His name Bumpson in here, man.
Hey, it's all about Halliburton, man. Fuck out of here. But I think that's why when Breezy said, hold on, that's why when Breezy said Jordy said too much pick and roll is easy to defend, it's an absolute fact. So when you got a floor general, somebody that can get you in and out of actions, and then when the shit break down, can get you into another action while you still got time on the shot clock. That's why that's important. I don't got no problem with the guys that we've drafted, by the way. I've said to keep Dayron. I've said to keep Claxton. I've said to keep Cam. I haven't said to trade none of them niggas. Everybody else, the ones that get get
Claxton has to
all up in
go, bro.
arms.
Come on.
But everybody
Claxton
hate
gotta
on
go,
Claxton,
man.
and that's
You gotta get rid
fine.
of him.
Everybody hate on Claxton, but you can't hate on Cam. This shit nasty
It's
work.
not hate on
Y'all
Claxton.
got
Had
it.
a bad season, bro. Come
Nah,
on. We
yo,
gotta get
Clax
rid of him.
literally getting paid big
No,
money.
I hate Nicholas. I hate Nicholas.
See, y'all don't get up in arms about that, Jay Breezy.
Nah, let me
Yo, I
ask you.
do. I do.
Get
but
now
much
you
is
up,
Evan
man.
Yo,
Let's
Turner?
go.
I
How
don't got
much is
the
Evan
energy.
Turner making
I don't got the
One-dimensional
energy to
ass, nigga.
defend everybody. You know what I mean?
Yo, Jay, you're funny, bro.
How
I
much
don't
is
got the
Evan Turner
energy,
making though?
like, cause it's
Bro,
some
that was
shit.
straight. It's like Cam Thomas, you hate us, you gonna get it, but Nick Claxton, beats on that ass.
Nah, it's some. I
It's
can't.
Clangston, okay?
I can't defend everybody. And Peoples, you can say yourself, how many times have I got up here and defended Claxton to you?
No.
A lot.
Listen. You
Like,
still
but
wearing the Nets jersey, whatever. Whoever wore the Nets jersey, I got no matter what, I got love for them. It's just that's his feeling, This is it. That's it. There's no
Keeping
more.
it real,
like,
keeping it
There's no
real.
more.
If you want to keep it real, Jay Breezy, everybody,
No
I've
more feelings.
defended more Nets players than anybody in here.
Oh,
you defended Mikal Bridges more time than anybody in
I
here. I say
defended
that.
more
no.
Nets players.
Oh no.
Full
Don't
I
do
stop.
say
that.
that.
Don't do
Full
that.
stop.
Everybody
No,
else you can
because
defend.
hold
Everybody
on.
else.
Okay,
Because
wait, when you say more
I
Nets
remember.
players,
Hold on, Jay, and you
go
can
ahead.
tell me if I'm capping.
Go ahead.
Because I remember when everybody wanted to trade CJ. You don't remember
Yeah,
that?
me
I was the
included.
only nigga in here with putting on the CJ jacket,
You right.
catching
And we got
strays.
James Hickey
The
because we
only
didn't
reason
trade
why I
him.
wanted to trade
Congrats.
CJ is because, like, he came in with his twin, and I thought they were the package deal, and they had to go together. So it's like, bro, get them the fuck out of here. That's what I was on, because one, they came in on a garbage pail lid to me. And what I mean by that is, even if somebody give you your favorite food, if they serve it to you on a garbage pail lid, that shit is disgusting. And them two niggas came in on a garbage pail lid because we was getting rid of Kevin Durant for they bum asses. So they was on a garbage pail lid already. They would have had to do so much to impress me, and nothing they did impressed me.
Oh, you pressed Sean Marks though, Jay. He's got the penthouse. He went from the trash bag to the penthouse because Sean Marks has a picture of him in his front office now, so he might be in there for life.
Well, listen, Cam Johnson showed me something this year.
bro.
Cam
Nothing-
Johnson showed me something this year.
I hope, but who knows at this point?
Bro, he's out, bro. If you
I liked
looking-
what I saw
if you
from
looking how
CJ
the
this
summer,
year.
If you
Yes, he
looking how-
bumped up his stats. We get it.
Not even that. If you're looking at the players that need contracts that's able to get traded and all that, it's plenty of ways they could. He's out of here, bro. I thought.
Cam Johnson?
Yeah, CJ out of here, bro.
Oh, probably because he probably want to win. He's not gonna win with the Nets.
No, I'm talking
Yo,
about.
bro.
I'm talking
See, and this
about-
is. Can I say one thing right quick? One thing to the chat. They saying pre-saying line, y'all could criticize everybody but CT, God forbid. If you saying that, you obviously don't listen to this show, because we be up here defending Keon Johnson, be up here defending Jalen Wilson, be up here defending fucking Nick Claxton. It's just every night after the fucking game, everybody like, yo, let's trade everybody. Let's build something, man. But go ahead, my fault.
So we keep a re-speak with two?
No,
you
You're missing the
to get a top 3 pick out, like to trade CJ, and what they saying they could do, trade CJ or Clax for the 2nd or 3rd pick. I don't see them here, because if you look at it, you could get CJ. Cam Thomas 23. You could get a running mate for him if you plan on signing him. Like, so it looked like they're gonna trade him either to the Warriors or get a top pick for him.
Who?
CJ, I believe he'll be.
Why you said the Warriors?
I really believe that Kuminga could be a net.
Okay, all right.
I said that months ago, and I think he's better than what a lot of people think.
But ain't Kuminga a free agent though? So what
Yeah.
you think they're gonna sign and trade him?
You get what I'm saying?
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't do that, because if we sign and trade them, that'll hard cap us. No, because if you sign, do it.
No, it wouldn't. We got.
Hold on, both of y'all let each other finish. I want to hear what y'all saying.
We got 60
If
mil.
you do us, I know that, but if you do a sign and trade, it hard caps the team that's receiving the player.
I've read a report where it said that even if we offer the highest money, the Warriors would match so they could get some type of assets to it. So, which would cause a sign and trade. and it makes sense, bro. It makes a lot of sense.
So you're saying like if we offer them something, the Warriors would try to match it, and then they would want to side and trade him,
I think they would
could
only
get something out of it.
You get what
I
I'm
think
saying?
they would
Like,
only match it at a certain number. They wouldn't match it at whatever number. They wouldn't do that.
But then that means they're gonna try to drive the price
what I'm
up.
saying. They're gonna push. If they make the trade, they're gonna try to get the maximum. He's gonna try to get.
But he doesn't have. But we don't. But see, this is the thing. We don't have to participate in that. If we want Kuminga, we will offer him what we think he's worth, and I don't think the Warriors would match that because the Warriors
season trade with them. We wanted Kuminga. We wanted.
What's the number, Priest? What's the number you're offering for Kuminga right now? What's the number?
That the Nets wanted.
I don't know. I have to look at it. I don't know.
Look at it, bro. We wanted him, but they wouldn't give us Kuminga at the time. He just had fucked his ankle up or his knee or whatever happened.
But the Dubs, they ain't got money though, right? They ain't got no.
No,
money.
they can't go over there. I think they're near the second apron. They can't go over a certain number to say Kuminga. Like if it's 35 mil over, they're not gonna retain him. Like,
No, the thing is they can't go over 25 mil from the comment we just read because they said if they give him a 4-year, $100 million contract, they're gonna have to pay $400 million in luxury tax. So that would be $500 million just for him.
Yeah,
So
they're
really-
not doing that. They're not doing
So really, if the Nets want him, they could take him if they want at that point.
But not
Because Warriors are gonna match
y'all
like that.
want to give him 25 mil a year though, if that's what he want. That
If we get to be in the play and to try to win, let's take a chance on the kid. Let's see what he can do.
Last 3 games in the
pay
playoffs.
Cam Thomas first. Fuck that.
Nah, 25 million is not bad for Kuminga.
Why not pay both of them? Why not pay both of them? Why does that be one guy over the other?
No, I'm just saying. I don't know because I told y'all mad times.
Oh
I
my
don't know
gosh. They're
about
in the
this
same
NBA
boat,
money
please.
shit. I don't have millions of dollars. I don't know about all the hard caps and I don't know. But all I'm saying is pay Cam Thomas first, get that out the way, and then figure out whatever.
Kuminga's in the same position that Thomas was in a few years ago, Breeze. And
Well,
you know
Kuminga's
that.
not
You
on
know
this
that when
team.
John Paul was benching him with superstars of the team, Kuminga's been in the same situation Thomas was in, man, where he doesn't get the trust.
But he hasn't
There's
been
a
in Brooklyn
correlation
already.
there.
He hasn't been in Brooklyn already, so he gets no preferential treatment for that.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, he's averaging 16 points and 6-7 rebounds off the bench because he's on the bench. When he get the minutes, he's up in the top 20s, 22s,
30s.
But
He's
why
up in
did
the
he
30s.
why did he end up on the bench?
Because
He ended up on the bench. I'll
He's a
tell you why
clown.
he ended up on the bench. I'll tell you exactly why he ended up on the bench. Because Joe Lacob didn't want to pay him what he would have been worth. So
you're saying if he'd have played and balled out, they'd have had to pay him crazy.
Well, that's good for us, I guess. That's good for us.
That and they like vets and stars more than young guys.
They did that.
You believe that for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard it from. I talked to people in Golden State that got like family on the team. They did that shit to screw him out of his money. Like real talk, no bullshit.
That's nasty, man.
But why would they
I'm not
do that to
surprised.
him?
Because they're the Warriors.
they would be able to keep him for cheap.
But they still can't.
They can't because Steph Curry got hurt and people saw what he did in the playoffs.
I thought they were saying he was inconsistent or something. Like it was a reason he went to the bench. I can't remember what I heard at the time.
He is inconsistent though.
If you
But it
look
was
at-
something they were saying about him, like his deficiencies.
Yeah,
in
the
his game
team
that they
was
can't
putting
play
out.
him.
The team was putting out hit jobs. You see what I'm saying?
What you mean?
The team was putting out hit jobs, putting out these articles saying that he's inconsistent. He don't read the plays. He don't do this. He don't do that. That was all orchestrated to kill this man value.
The Warriors do not prioritize the young guys. You've seen that multiple years. They haven't done that.
It ain't no reason that you can tell me, and this is why, because a lot of Warrior fans are mad about it. It ain't no reason why you could tell me why Brandon Porzingis is starting over Kuminga.
Oh my God, he was horrible. That kid. Let's be honest. That kid was horrible the whole series, man. Like outmatched.
So what they were doing, you was talking about folks hating on Cam Thomas. The whole organization was hating on Kuminga because he would have been eligible for a rookie max extension, and they did not want to pay him that.
Yeah, you make the argument. Brooklyn's doing the same thing to Thomas a few years ago by benching him because they didn't want him to get paid more.
I think that's what they did this year. But I don't think I think they had a behind the table deal, but the deal ain't closed yet, so I don't know. But I feel like they was kind of holding him out longer than he needed to just to make sure he can't elevate, and they got to pay him more in the offseason.
But will they pay him more is the question, Jay? Because I think
But
he might.
why would they if they kept him out all year so he
I
couldn't
don't
reach
know. I
30
think
points
it
a game?
depends on what the number is. I think
Nah,
it depends
once
on what the number
hey,
is.
yo, once they got Jimmy
Because
Butler,
at the end of the day, when
once
you're
they
a
got
franchise
Jimmy,
and you're
bro,
paying players, I think he should get paid more than Claxton and CJ.
bro,
CJ is making 20, right? Claxton is making what, 24, 25. I think he should get somewhere in between that and 30, not over 30. And I think that should be the number. I don't think he should get paid over 30 million a year or 30 million a year. I don't think so.
So like 26 mil for 3 years, which would equate almost 100 mil, something like that, or like 90 mil, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
That's fair. If you put an option on the 3rd year, they could re-up the money if he proves himself the next 2 years. Something like that's even fair. As long as
I
he
would say
gets something like that.
25 mil, 30 mil. That's too much, John. Damn.
No, I didn't say 30. I say about like he just said around 26 mil for Thomas, because you have to give the money away. We have over $15 million of cap space. So if we
And
can
get
wind up,
Alabama, right?
I know the biggest thing with Cam
Alabama.
Thomas' future is you want a market value contract. So if he is a cornerstone of the piece, it works for us. And if you have to make a tough move moving him in the future, his contract is market value. You have to hit that this summer. You can't.
I want it to be the value to where everybody is happy. Then okay, he goes out and play. If he proves to be like Breezy and everyone thinks, right, that he can be that he's a part of the thing. I think that everybody's happy and he gets the Supermax if he earns the All-Star and all those other things, right? Then he get paid quarterly.
Does anybody know how he's passionate? Is he passionate to is he want to win? Right? You got to find out about this kid because he's kind of quiet. I'm not saying he don't care.
No, he's talking about Cam Thomas.
I wonder if he's passionate about winning.
Who you talking about, Kuminga or Cam Thomas?
He talking about Cam Thomas.
No, I'm talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Kuminga. If we get Kuminga or trying to get Kuminga.
Oh.
If he's passionate
Kuminga
about
don't be
winning,
looking like he want to win.
Sometimes he got that face.
I think.
Look, I put it like this.
I put it like this.
When I watch his body language, he don't be looking like he want to win.
You know why?
This dude, y'all talk about Cam Thomas, how he was treated, right? Mm-hmm. This dude would go and put up 30, right? 30, and the only thing he can rebound better. He can put up 30 and like 6 boards for 2-3 games.
Hey, yo, Jay, and
then he'll be on the bench for a month.
They had niggas
and don't get no tick.
Kuminga was training. This how you know the Warriors ain't shit, bro. He had his own niggas with Timbs on, passing him the ball doing warm-ups, bro. Like,
wait, he ain't have no trainers with him?
No trainers. Come on, bro.
Yo, bro. But look, the only reason why I'm talking because when everybody kept bringing up fucking paying him, I'm like, why would we pay him and his own team don't want to pay him?
No,
but
because they're lowballing him, Jay.
He's around the same age as Cam Thomas, right?
He's like 22. He's like 22.
If you look at the years, like if you could get him 3 to 4 years with Cam Thomas, 3 to 4 years, and set them up with, he's a player that play on both ends, bro. He's not just and he's hella explosive. It's not one.
This dude and box. Ant was running from him when Ant was calling screw to get away from him. That's all I needed to see because I think Anthony will be the best player in the league.
I tell you this: a trio of Fierce, Kuminga, and Thomas might make some noise in the East. If they did something like that, that might make some noise.
That's wild, and not even that. You could keep your picks and still get some valuable centers in the end. Like, cause we definitely need a center that can score, bro.
Yes, we gotta get a big man urgently.
All right, so hold on. What I will say is, again, like I said, I'm trying to get a gist of how the Nets fans feel. I feel like we warming up to the idea of Kuminga being on the team. Again, like I said, as long as it don't involve Cam Thomas in the trade package, I'm cool with it.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, bro,
The Warriors wouldn't trade for Cam Thomas. The Warriors wouldn't want Cam Thomas.
The Warriors want Cam Thomas. Where did this come from?
The Warriors announcers want Cam Thomas. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah!
I'm telling you, I be streaming these games on the other team's stream, and they be drooling over Cam Thomas, or they drooling saying we wish we had a scorer like this, or they saying, damn, I hope Jordy Fernandez put him on the bench. Yeah, we were doing great till Cam Thomas came off the bench. Like,
Yeah.
Bro.
Shout out to Lecky T in the chat. What up? Yo, listen, Lecky T, we talking about Kuminga coming on the team. I like the idea. I just don't think that he should be getting more money than Cam Thomas. That's ridiculous.
Why does that have to come down to financial? You're so bad, bro.
No, bro, it's not
because financials show you how a team values you.
What about Claxton? He got $27 million. He's not worth any of that, man.
Because
he didn't
you
get 27 mil. That is a lie.
No, let me say something.
That's his salary for this year.
John, did you give him the 27 mil or did they give it to him?
No, Sean Marks, the guy who destroyed
so
top 3 pick did. Yes.
Hold on. So obviously they value him at $27 million.
They
value him. You don't, but they do.
And how did that work out this year?
Hey, can we stop with the cap? The general manager did not screw us out of a top 3 pick. The NBA did.
Yes, he did.
Can you stop with the cap?
We didn't tank properly. Everything I said, I was right about. I said Dallas tanked properly the last 6 months. Stop it.
You wasn't right about
shit. No, I was. I caught got tricked by Bismarck Yamba, bro. Stop.
You told me the worst.
No, Jay, you said we were going to top 3 pick, Jay. You said that for months to me. Stop it, Jay. Stop it.
Hey, did San Antonio tank properly? Because they got the number 2 pick. Did they tank properly?
How about Philly?
Did Dallas tank properly?
Worse than them. Oh, we had just be worse than Philly Hornets. We would have got Ace of VJ. Stop it.
No, fact.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Worst record.
John, no, that's not true, bro.
Okay. Sean Marks and Joe Desai did nothing wrong. Congrats. We live in Bizarro land.
We should have went 6 and 76.
John.
Yo,
stop it, Breeze.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, John. You be arguing like a little kid. Like
no, Jay. You were doing a good amount for the last hour and a half, bro. Saying we can't say nothing.
You gotta hear what I'm saying, though. You gotta hear what I'm saying.
Nah, you get sucked, bro.
Yeah, real talk. Like real talk. So we don't gotta scream and holler over each other.
Hold on. John, you be arguing like a little kid. As soon as somebody don't agree with you, you say the worst possible thing. Like, oh yeah, y'all don't want to get Giannis. Well, take Colin Knuckle then.
Jay, you were just going after a whole bunch of people and disagree about Thomas for an hour, bro. For an hour, you go after every Cam Thomas person that doesn't like him completely. You did that, man. Stop.
Okay, but
but you don't gotta take your ball and go home.
Y'all's logic is flawed at the very least. Because 2 teams that won way more games than us got the number 1 and the number 2 pick.
Facts.
So your logic at the very least is flawed.
If we had a worse record,
but that does not. But my point was,
would have been on here doing the Macarena, bro.
My point was that it is not a guarantee that if we lost more, we would have been picking where they at, because Utah, Washington, and New Orleans, who all lost more games than us, were 4, 5, and 6.
Higher picks than us too.
If we had the
they got higher picks. They got higher picks,
so y'all lied.
But we wanted top 3. We spent a whole year. We spent a whole season talking about top 3. We spent the whole season talking about top 3. The two of the
the team that was the 5th spot got the 3rd pick.
You got to finish in the top 3.
We talked about that shit for no reason.
And Philly got the 3rd pick. The team that we was trying.
We wasted a year.
Philly has been. And hold on. Just keep it real, man. Just keep this shit real. Philly has been rewarded with top picks for the last 10 years. So what makes you think when we have not?
So which one is it? Is it we? So if we were the 5th seed, we not getting the 3rd pick?
We are getting the 3rd pick. I don't know what they're talking about with this one right here.
So maybe they really don't care about if you tank ethically.
Bro, I've seen no evidence. I've seen no evidence. I've seen no evidence to support y'all's argument. I've seen no evidence to support your argument.
Hold on, LBO. That's not the point. The point is, there's been the 5th spot in the past few years has gotten teams either 3, 4, 3, 2, or even 1.
Interesting.
We have seen it. Maybe the last team who like Utah, yes, Priest is right. They have never gotten the number 1 pick. We not
But
disputing that. That is a
still,
fact.
but
the
that
teams
doesn't
that
mean
have finished
the
third,
whole
fourth,
the
or
whole
fifth
point
line.
is the whole point is, and I've seen it on every NBA program. They've said the league has deprioritized tanking. They want teams to compete. So
That's not
if
true.
you just go out there, how is it not true?
Stop. You're losing the argument. You're losing the argument very quickly. Stop.
Hold on, because Adam Silver.
How am I losing the argument?
Hold on.
How am I
No,
losing
you're
the
praising
argument?
Nick Claxton, so yeah, that's a part of the argument. But we'll get to that
Adam
later.
Silver literally went on a podcast a few weeks ago and said out of his mouth verbatim, "Yo, I like the team. Yo, we seeing fans out here rooting for their team to lose, and it's kind of interesting because nowadays it's like, yo, they want them to lose so they can get the top 3 picks. It's just how it is. Is the system can we fix the system better? Yes, we can. We have not gotten an idea on how to fix the system as of yet. But as of now,
let him finish. Let him finish. He's not finished talking. Stop.
Right. So the fact of the matter is, he came out there, which I don't agree with the system. I think losing to get a top pick is nonsense. But he said specifically out his mouth, yo, we're trying to find a way to fix the system. We're trying to find a way to not encourage losing and have these teams have a chance to get top 3 picks. But at the end of the day, the system right now is the system. You have to lose.
I just want to ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe that he would come out there and say, "Yeah, we rigged the system for certain teams"?
Hell no.
No, he would never do
Hell
that.
no.
But what they do, I think they probably do. I think they probably do.
So why would
If
I
you
give a
listening to what he's
damn
saying.
about what the hell Adam Silver is talking about?
Because you can't say that. Because, and I'll tell you why. Because you can't say stuff like that on television and give Philly, the team that you find for doing what they was doing, Utah, the team that you find for which they was doing,
Them
top
fines
5
was
picks.
obviously bullshit.
You cannot do that. You can't give Philly a top 3 pick. And
You know
then go
what?
on
I watched the
television and
lottery,
say,
right?
Yo,
I watched the
we don't-
lottery,
we don't
and I
condone
watched the
our-
lottery just like everybody here intently. Philadelphia did not even look surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Not supposed to look surprised.
The team that looked surprised was Dallas. Philadelphia did not even look surprised.
Dallas ain't look surprised because they was last, so they knew they didn't want to get caught. They're like,
I mean,
come on.
All this talk.
That's what Nico said.
I think
Defense wins championships.
Hold on. I let Elam finish. I let Elam finish. And it's somebody got a echo. Yo,
Somebody
got an echo. It's bad.
And now it's good now.
All right. So when you talk about, okay, if we had lost 1 or 2 more games, the whole point of the lottery was supposed to be for teams who were not good to diversify the talent in the league. Clearly, that is not it. So it makes more sense to compete. We didn't have a team. We didn't have a team good enough to make the playoffs, right? So if the team, I believe, and I think what has transpired has proven it to be facts. The NBA would rather put these players in good situations than put them in shit situations like Utah or Washington or this, that, and the third. And that's what has been shown.
What about us? We're not.
We keep begging for our team to be one of these shit situations that don't never get the players.
The Priest.
I guarantee you, and ain't never one of y'all gonna tell me. I guarantee you that if we were the worst team, if we had the worst record in the league, y'all would have celebrated, and we would have been the 5th pick and looked stupid.
Right. And I'd have been tight for being the worst team, laughing stock of the league. And y'all cool with that.
We are the laughing stock of the league.
Hold on. Let me get at that. Number one, right? Even if that's what I've been trying to tell people. even if you didn't land 1, 2, or 3, there was a possibility of that. Cool. But at 5, the players that we have been talking about, cool. All right, they ain't give us Cooper, they ain't give us Dylan, they ain't give us Ace. Cool.
Yo,
5, you
it
can
was
get Trey
devastating.
Johnson.
This shit was
5, you can get VJ. 5, you can get
I
5, you
don't
can get
want either
Malawak.
one of them.
But the point, hold on, but Jay, but the point I'm making
I'm just
is,
saying, you said Trey Johnson and VJ. I ain't wanting either one of them
yeah,
anyway.
I'll say,
The first
but
three,
look,
of
but hold on,
course.
but look, right, the point I'm
We
making is
wanted the
this.
first
Even
3 players.
hold
So
on,
now y'all
hold
trying
on,
to talk about if we got
no, it's
5?
not that. Hold on, let me finish.
Some
It's
of you guys
not
doubt
about the
Edgecombe,
top
man. Seriously.
3. Yes, we wanted the top 3. You can wish for something but not get it. The point that I'm making is you take precautions. I bet if we can't get top 3, we have 5. Bet we got a top 5 pick. They screwed us out of getting Cooper Flag. Cool. At 8, we don't let Toronto worry about 8, where they got to maneuver and think about which
Man,
players
niggas
I'm
gonna
picking.
scoop up
At
7
5,
players.
we can get the
Man,
player that at the team at 8 don't need. We can get them at 5. Bet now we can go ahead and get a top player and go from there instead of worrying at 8. Yo, he might be
Right.
taking at 5. Now, as a team that's top 5, bet the league screwed you over. Who gives a shit? Okay, he's on Dallas. Fuck it, we move on. Go at 5 and get the player that you want, and you don't have to worry about being at 8 where these niggas is probably taking off the board.
But
It's
you
not
don't.
about the
Hold on,
ceiling. It's about
time out.
We all for one.
Hold
Next
on,
year,
hold on,
we
y'all.
don't know what's
Hold
gonna
on,
happen. All
y'all.
for one.
Good point, LM.
Listen, hold on, y'all. I appreciate y'all letting LM have the floor. I need y'all to do more of that where y'all let each other get y'all take off, because now the clips is coming out. And I am really trying to get a consensus on how Nets fans are feeling before the before the pick and after the pick. And I do a lot of good with getting comments from the shorts. You guys are all on the shorts, so the short videos. Let me say that. You guys are all on the short videos, and you know what I'm saying. I'm getting a lot of commentary in the comments. LM getting a lot of feedback. John got some feedback. LBL did before get feedback. So I'm just letting y'all know the short's been doing numbers, and it's not just because of me. It's because of y'all as well. But it's hard for just so that's why I'm asking, just for audio quality. But good job, y'all. I'm listening.
Bro,
Like I don't need to talk all the time. I'm just
yo,
doing
yo,
listening.
Breezo, that 14% clip that we got like 3,000 views on my page.
Oh, that shit
The
hilarious.
14%.
And Breezy, I also want to say this too, right? How long we've been telling y'all, yo, this draft is mad deep. This draft got mad players. This draft got mad players that can impact teams. So what
I've
I'm saying
addressed
is,
that though.
so I'm saying is, even if we are at 8, I will say this, even if we are at 8 or 5, I do think like Jay said, at 8 we can get somebody. This is the highest pick we have had in years. So
But
if
this
you
is
are
that
8,
was my point.
right? So if you are 8,
So
I agree. I wanted top 3. I'm not even gonna hold you.
8
But
pick is bad.
everybody
since
did.
we are we all did.
Everybody
But
did.
even if we are 8, cool. Let's try to find a way to maneuver around that. We can
Wait,
get players there.
people, you
We
just
can
said
get
the 8th
Marlon
pick
Rocks
is
there.
bad?
Yeah, my guy, cause
Yo, we could have had 28.
No, I know.
What?
I'm saying, like all this shit the Nets been through, yo. We damn,
This is my point.
kid.
Hey, peoples, hold up
Yo,
real quick. This is my point.
look, y'all gotta
Like,
start looking at the glass half full, yo.
I'm
I
saying
feel like
I get
hold
that,
on,
Jay.
so far
wait,
we 0 for 1 in
right
the
before you
lottery. We
start,
0 for
Priest.
1.
It's
Next year
very
we got
short.
one more chance.
Very
Next
short.
year we
I
got
feel like
another.
we got the opportunity to
I don't know,
draft the
man.
best 8th pick ever. Because I was looking at the 8th picks. It's not a lot of great ones. We could draft the best
It's
8th pick
really
ever.
not. It's really not.
But look, you say there's not a lot of great 8s, right? But there's some good 10s, there's some good 12s, and the same people who drafted at 8 could have drafted whoever they drafted at 12, but they didn't.
Yo, Sean Marks better do something, man, because I'm gonna slap this
we
motherfucker,
doggone
I swear to God,
we
yo.
come on here
I swear to God,
and
man.
we make these statements, right? Everybody in here, and this is what and this should be getting me tight. And I don't even get mad for real. But we come in here and all year talk about top 3. But when we see that top 3 go to these other teams that really don't deserve it, for real, don't need it, for real.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is, well, we could have at least got 5. Nobody was giving a damn about 5.
We would have took it
Nobody.
though. We would have took it though. We would have took the
And then Jay, who goes to the games, who spends his hard-earned dollars to go watch some. Y'all want him to pay his hard-earned money to go watch some shit. Hold on. To go watch some shit like Utah. Like, come on, man, this is getting ridiculous. When we've seen the number one pick the last 2 years, and I don't give a fuck if nobody cared about that draft with Atlanta. The number one pick in the last 2 drafts came out of the play-in tournament.
Facts.
That's a fact.
That shit is nasty as work. Nasty.
You can't ignore the fact that draft was weak though, because
I don't care about what was in the draft because when the
go look up how many times the person with 1.8% won the draft. It's more times than I thought it would be.
Or the teams that made big trades got the number 1 pick. That was another interesting statistic.
Washington was one of the bottom 3 that year, and they got 2. So what I'm saying is,
even the year before, when they took Reed Shepherd, right? When they took Reed Shepherd with our pick, right? We won like 34 games and got the number 3 pick.
Yep.
So even
right,
the whole thing is,
I said that all year.
It shows being competitive get us a better draft.
We should win
pick than
34
anything.
games again.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God, what if we get like?
But Breezy, the only thing with that is the Nets wasn't ethically. We was competing in games,
and so that's what we should have been doing all year. That's
but hold on.
Got the Bulls pick at 11 though.
My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but I was just ad-lib.
I agree. So even if we weren't ethically tanking like Utah and Philly was, and we was competing in games, then why the league ain't reward that? Yo, they wasn't ethically tanking. Yo, they was playing. They was competing in games. Horty had them
this
in
year.
games.
You talking about this year?
Yeah,
but we didn't, bro. I feel like if we would have kept Schroeder and kept doing what we was doing, right? If we'd have kept Schroeder and kept doing
we traded players away to make us
weaker,
strategically worse.
No,
we
that's
traded
not
players
true.
away. We started starting Tucson from Walmart, but y'all want to tell me that because we won 26 games,
disgusting.
That is the reason.
Disgusting.
We had a winning month of February, please. We had a winning month of February.
Let me finish.
If player one right in the draft,
that's a nasty.
Y'all trying to tell me
facts, man, when you're speaking, bro.
Look what player one said in the chat.
No, you're not. You didn't mention February. You said, how could winning 26 games amount to not taking? How about winning February? Remember that?
That's not.
Wait. Look what player one said in the chat. I don't know if it's true. Y'all got to confirm it. But he said it happened 3 times in the past 6 years since the Zion draft. Stop the anomaly BS. Now, if it's happened 3 times out of 6, that's 50% of the time. Y'all telling me that's an anomaly?
Nah, Jay, the 3 times he's talking about is the team traded to a team, and that team that got rid of the player got the number 1 pick.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the rig part. That's why it's hard to argue with the rig shit.
Hey, why don't we start looking?
So
at
how can you beat a rig system?
Well, let me tell you this. Why don't we start looking at?
Hold on. Let LBL say what he said. Go ahead, LBL.
Why don't we look at some of the team's foundations? Because when I look at Detroit, when I look at their foundation, I see they got Cade a 1 pick. I see they got an Ivy a number 4 pick, and Duran a number 6 pick, and in Holland a 5 pick, and they got Asor, who was also a lottery pick. And guess what? Now they're a freaking contender. Now, when I look at the Spurs, I see they got a number 1 pick in Wemby, and I see they got a number 4 pick in Castle, and now they about to do some business. And what I'm trying to say is
they don't deserve it.
No. What I'm trying to
let him finish. Let him finish.
No, what I'm trying to say is you're saying they didn't deserve it because they didn't have the worst team. But what I'm trying to say is
Tim Duncan and everybody number 1 pick. They got the championships. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say is San Antonio didn't make no playoffs.
That shit's
right?
crazy. That shit's
So
crazy.
what I'm trying to say is when you look at all of these teams,
But they got
you look at
Wemby already.
but I'm saying, but Wemby, they shut him down and they started tanking. And then they got
you're right. But when you have Wemby, when you give him
that's not true. Hold on, that's not true. I just gotta correct you real quick. They didn't tank.
Let him finish his take. Go ahead, LBL.
All I'm trying to say is when you look at a lot of these teams, their foundation are high lottery picks that they got. So that's what I'm saying. That's what we need to do. But Nets fans are so freaking weak. And this is what I'm saying. Nets fans are so freaking weak that we went to the playoffs 5 years in a row. How many times did we not make the playoffs in the last 7 years? 2 years. So we can't do one more year like that and get a generational pick that is among the top
saying that
5.
though, bro. That's not
You know
guaranteed.
they're gonna give AJ Bowser to Boston.
No, I'm
guaranteed.
saying
He's
this
a
is what I'm
generational
trying
player.
to say to you. It's like because we're so weak that we can't. Oh no, I can't take this tanking. Oh, I can't take this losing. And it's like, so then what are the other teams doing?
No. Hold on.
They got better
LBL,
futures than
hold
us.
on. Let me rebuttal LBL. What we saying is twofold. One, it don't guarantee a generational player, and we see that with this draft. Two, bro, like Big Pre said, it's a lot on the fans to have a season that suck and then not get the player that you want. Y'all putting too much on a lottery.
And you're not putting enough on.
And
You're not
for
putting
all of
enough
y'all
on.
saying that the players was down with the tank, I don't know if y'all was here the other night when I said it, but I was on Davon Sharp live the other day, and one of Iceman homies told him, "Yo, I knew y'all was down with the tank from the beginning," or some shit like that, and he got pissed. That little nigga sucked his teeth. What are y'all talking about? See, man, that's why I can't with y'all niggas. Talking about man. Like he was tight.
The players are down with it.
I'm just saying whoever said that, not you personally.
No, I'm just saying, but that's just ignorance. That's just
he shut that shit down so quick.
What do you expect him to say? He's out there to try to
busting
win.
his ass, trying to fucking elevate his career.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do.
And then y'all say that the team, oh, they got D'Lo. They only play like 10 games for us.
Yo,
we were winning games.
But you're not addressing what I said.
We were winning games with Tucson from Walmart being the leading scorer on the court.
But you're not addressing what I said about these foundations.
I didn't play that much.
No, the foundational pieces is cool. I understand that.
So
I understand that. But the whole point about it is, it still does not guarantee. Sucking does not guarantee.
You're making my point. You know why? Because out of all of those foundational players, when Detroit was really, really bad, right? They only got one number one, right? Cade, right? But don't tell me that Durant at 6 didn't help. Don't tell me that Asor Thompson didn't help.
No, I understand that.
Of course. And Ivy didn't help. So that's what I'm saying. You need
lottery
a little stretch where you get
lottery
good lottery talent.
Yep.
No, I understand that, but I actually agree with that. But my whole thing was, I wasn't disagreeing with you. Yeah, being in a lottery helps. However, being in a lottery does not guarantee you a generational player.
Oh no, I'm not saying it does every year, because some drafts are better than others and some are weaker than others. But what I'm trying to say is,
give you
when
different
we
talent.
look at
They give you different
this
talent.
draft coming up, 26, they saying at least 4 of these guys is as good as Cooper Flag. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you don't agree with that, but have you seen them play?
Yeah.
We only have one pick LBL at the moment, so let's see what.
Hey, John, we you know.
Yo, we could trade one of these picks this year for a pick next year.
Man, next year.
We'll
John.
see.
I don't
It
know.
takes one
We'll
when
see.
you got your own. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of trading back to get your picks. And guess what? We traded.
Y'all kept saying that, but I disagree with you, LBL. You saying they got the picks back so they could be ass and control their own destiny.
Oh no, that's
right?
what we thought if they were smart. We
Yeah,
just
but
didn't
I don't
know
think
they
they meant that. They just was like, if we ask, then we got it.
So this is my thing. This is my thing. Can I ask a question? So how when we talk about if they weren't smart, 26 wins is typically like a bottom 3 team.
They're winning.
We had it. I don't care.
It's facts.
26, bro.
Bro, you be saying shit that be opinion is yelling.
No, it's a fact, Jay. It's a fact. We don't win them until February. Get it out of your
not a
skull,
fact.
bro.
What's the fact?
Come
Tell me
on.
the fact again.
We had a winning month of February without Cam Thomas because Cam Johnson, D'Lo, and Claxton wanted to make money, and they didn't want to tank the proper way. You want to give real credit to who screwed us up in this draft? Cam Johnson!
I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that lose every game shit, because even if we'd have lost every game, we'd have only been 3 spots up. I don't want to hear that.
We had losing months. We could have
went 0 for 82 and still got the 5th pick.
Hold on. 5th pick is better than 8th.
Hold on, y'all.
But can I finish real quick?
Not enough to get 0 wins though. I don't care. I got pride, bro.
Hold on. We're gonna let Big Priest finish. I just wanted to replay one comment. He said that trust the process killed Philly for years in bold letters. Draft bust after bust, draft bust after draft bust, losing season after losing season, and for what? A second round exit and your star player not being able to play anymore. Go ahead, Big Priest.
That's hindsight, though.
What I was saying is, look, typically you didn't expect for it to be 3 or 4 historically bad teams in the same year that you're taking number 1. That's number 1. Number 2, 26 wins is typically not a good season for any team in the NBA. 26 wins is typically a bottom 3 team. Now, like there's been people that come in here and say time after time, you can't out tank the best tankers, right? When we were putting out the type of lineups, and it was, you could talk about D'Lo. D'Lo was not no factor. You can talk about CJ. See, it ain't nobody on this team. Hold on, it ain't nobody on this team that we would we would take over like a LaMelo Ball or a person like that. But they still lost more than us, right? It ain't nobody on this team that we would take over. Who else lost more than us? Probably Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey, even though we had this conversation before.
Yo, I heard
they still
traded him.
But they still lost more than us. The whole point about trying to lose, trust me, the front office with the people that they were putting on the court were trying to lose. You have no faith in Claxton. You say he is trash, but now he won games for us. Like, make up your mind.
He contributed. Yes, you're right, Priest.
He's either trash or he contributes to winning. Which one is it?
He got cooked by Bismarck Biyombo. We were calling this all out, Priest.
All right. My whole point is this, and I'll close it out. I'll be done.
Would y'all take Maxey on this team?
They're not trading Maxey, Jay. Come on.
No,
absolutely.
Yo, I saw earlier that they from some Philly people, I forgot who it was, but they said they opened a trade in Maxey.
That's BS.
My whole thing is this. Yes, I would take Maxey, but my whole thing is this. We losing does not guarantee you the pick you want. So it's best, number one, the players to go out there and compete, develop the culture. So that when you get the draft pick, whatever pick it is, because we don't know what pick is going to be, that will have something in place worth building. But this whole tanking mindset, tanking mentality, this whole tanking thing from the fan base, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
Hold on. I just want to say,
Detroit had the worst horrible record in the league and still got the 5th pick.
Detroit was bad for 20 years.
Right.
Hold on.
And you talking about 5 years they got good picks.
Right.
So they were bad the last 5 years and they got picks, right?
Hold on.
They were historically bad last year and didn't sniff a first pick.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna do a part 2. I see this ain't over. And again, I'm doing more listening right now. I definitely have something to say, but it's a big panel. When I start the next episode, which should probably be in 5-10 minutes, we're gonna start with LBL. We're gonna continue with Big Priest and Jay. Definitely want to hear LM point to the tanking or no tanking. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat right away. It won't be like last episode. But on the closeout, let me close out.
Say something nice about Cam Thomas.
Right.
Hurry up, we only got 1 minute.
Right.
Yo, CT is an official scorer, and we need to keep him on this team for real.
He got a nice midi.
Cam Thomas closed down the kitchen set and opened up a barbecue grill, man.
Okay, all right, so cool, guys. Look, I want to say Shout out to Terrell Davis. He said you still can get a good pick at 8. Player 1 makes a good point. If you believe your development can get players, there are guys throughout first round that can help. Plus, we have 4 firsts. So again, I think Nets fans hopped on the one pick that we had that was ours, and not really looking at it collectively, like how good we can be with the 4 first picks. And we're going to get to that next episode because I got something to say about that. And yeah, I'm not gonna. I know I said I was gonna start it last night, but I said that another one. It was like 2:00 in the morning. Hold on.
Yeah, I was asleep. Yo, did you mute it?
I'm right here.
Oh.
But so yeah, just give me a few minutes and I'm gonna start up the next one. Nets fans is the best fans. Shout out to Peoples Hernandez, LBL.
Yeah, I got mad love for y'all. Yo, Breezy, you know you
hold on. Let me close.
It's only 30 seconds left.
Right,
you give me hope, Breezy. You already know.
Shout out to the whole chat, Brooklyn LM, Big Priest. This is JTV. Be right back, y'all. See y'all soon.